Hello everybody, and welcome to Let's Play Shogun 2 Total War, the Tokugawa campaign. Now I got a little mission to make, a little mission indeed. I muted the microphone, well, I didn't mute the microphone. I was recording some videos the other day on Fraps, and for some reason I clicked on to disable the microphone input. So I recorded my entire set of Shogun Total War videos today with my microphone disabled. So this is after commentary. This, for the first time ever, will be after commentary for the entire update of a game. It seems to me that my Shogun 2 LP is cursed. Every time I do an update for Shogun 2, something goes horribly wrong. Anyway, without further ado, I will do my best to keep you entertained with after commentary as best as I can, because I can't for the life of me remember what the hell I was blabbering on about whilst I was playing. So I will try to fill the gap of apparent lack of action with just mindless thoughts. But anyway, last time we left off on the campaign, what happened? Well, the damn Hojo and Takeda clan combined forces because they were allied with the Imagawa, and they made a great battle at Totomi. Here I am just once again continuing my mission to try and locate as many clans as possible to try and trade with as many people as possible. So I'm sending my ship round the island, trying to locate that last clan on that particular island, and then I'm moving this ship north round the northernmost tip of Japan and back down the northern coastline in an attempt to locate as many clans as possible. What good that will do, I don't have the foggiest clue, because as if you remember last time, I found out that I was unfriendly with 99% of Japan, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah, so as you can see, my castle town there is up in flames because we had a big battle with the Takeda and the Hojo. My army was depleted, and I had a handful of units left. Once I'd repelled that army, the Imagawa sprung up from the ashes, and they besieged Totomi when it was in a state of recuperation, shall we say. They're trying their best to launch a counterattack. What I'm doing here is I'm just playing with my Metsuki there and contemplating which armies to bribe. I'm thinking if I bribe these Hojo units here, I might be able to assist me in my defense of Totomi. And then I decided to move him down there because Totomi would be, there you go, turns until surrender, 2 turns until surrender at Totomi. So I'm taking my Metsuki down in an attempt to bribe the besieging army. And here's my main castle town, my main capital, Mikawa, where my daimyo is. I'm considering what building to build, and I started building a sword school so I can get some katana samurai into the mix, improve the quality of my troops. But I'm still not out of the danger zone yet. My garrison at Totomi is weak, and it is in severe need of reinforcements, replenishment. So I'm recruiting some troops in Mikawa, 2 lots of Yari Ashigaru and 2 lots of Bo Ashigaru to assist in the defence, to bolster the garrison numbers. As you can see by my mouse movements, that's what I'm indicating. It's kind of weird doing this after commentary stuff. So that was that. What else did I do? I did a lot of perusing around the map on this set of updates, because it's a very, very finely balanced situation. One wrong move and my campaign, my LP, could come to an end. So I'm having to be very careful about how I go my business. I'm trying to conserve money to assist with recruitment, so I'm not spending too much on building work. And here I elect to learn the equal field so that I can improve my farming, improve the infrastructure of my settlements. And then I'm explaining here that I'm going to go to the School of Shinobi next to assist with my ninjas when I do come around to getting them. So equal fields, then School of Shinobi, and then I may contemplate going across to one of the Bushido arts to increase my my strength in military might, because I may need it. War on multiple fronts requires a strong military backbone. So once again in Mikawa I'm contemplating just double checking that I'm building all I can build. I'm still not happy about these straggly Oda unit, units wandering around. Enemies with the Hojo, Takeda and Imagawa. That's flared up in the last part. Still have 3 trade partners, so not doing too badly. And here he is, Tokugawa Hidenaga, adopted son, stout defender of Totomi, and he got 2 skill points to upgrade. So I elect for strategist to give him a bit more campaign movement and increase his influence radiance. And then I also elect, considering that he's going to be probably facing maybe another 1, maybe even possibly 2 more sieges at Totomi, I elect to give him the warrior trait. After just double checking, there we go. And that's him upgraded. The Commissioner of Warfare still like to keep him there for now. So just the 2 family members, just the 2 settlements, and as you can see here, the whole damn place hates us. Now here I was contemplating the Hattori. The Hattori have the middle ground. I am considering expanding myself north, and therefore I would like a buffer to protect me from people in the south, and therefore the Hattori, who seem to hold quite a lot of the middle ground there, plus they're also quite a strong faction, I thought they would make for a good clan to try and get an alliance with, to provide that little bit of extra protection from the southern clans. So I try and
time and honor are both being wasted.
Play with
what do you want?
Try and negotiate this alliance. Now a military alliance on its own, success is low, so obviously that's not really going to happen without something to sweeten the deal. How can I sweeten that deal? A bit of cash crossing palms always helps, but in my case I only have a very small treasury at this time, and therefore 1,000 koku isn't going to cut the mustard. So that's the Hattori pretty much snubbing me for a military alliance. I look at the Seito. The Seito are currently indifferent towards me. They're on my northern borders. They have 2 settlements there. I also thought about maybe contemplating having them as my allies, because they still hold quite a large area. Their 2 provinces occupy a large area, and they too could provide a buffer.
And to seek a worthy outcome to our discussions.
But also, even though they're indifferent, they too, it's low likelihood. Although 1,000 koku may just sweeten the deal. But I'd elect not to spend 1,000 koku for an alliance with a weak clan. So I, at this point, thought, well, it seems to me that my sort of bad reputation with pretty much the whole of Japan is working against me. It's very difficult to get alliances, although a few settlements still do, a few clans still do have trade agreements, which is probably keeping my head above the water right now, acting as my life jacket. The Takeda, two provinces also. The Hojo units merged themselves together in what looks like an attempt to assist the Imagawa in taking Totomi back, something I'm not happy with. Those fellow clan ships sail on by without causing me much concern, which was nice. and we get to a lovely, refreshing spring. The castle is still under siege. There is only one more turn until we are forced to surrender, and therefore I have two choices. I can repel the siege, or I can take my Metsuke across and bribe the army. But whilst I decided to move my ships first to give me some extra thinking time about what I was going to do. So I moved my ships. Stand by. Okay, so the ships moving north, carrying on their little escapade toward Japan, well away from the stresses and strains of trouble on the homeland. Again, just double checking the upgrades. Decided not to build a harbour just yet. It's not an absolute urgency. And I'm now beginning to contemplate, and I think I do it, yes, I start to destroy the market. I decided that, look, the Seito are to my north, I can't get an alliance with them, I can't get an alliance with the Hattori. That's quite a risky settlement at the moment. So is Totomi. Totomi is obviously under heavy siege as well, but I want to at least have one military strong point out of the two, and decide to get rid of the market there, and so that I can put up another military based building. So we'll get rid of the market there. Down here on Totomi, I'm just double checking the garrison size and assessing the strength of my enemy armies here, just to see if I could last out if they all attacked at the same time. And then I get a nasty surprise. I was planning on taking my Metsuke down to bribe the army besieging me, but that didn't work out so well, because this guy here is blocking the bridge. A cunning ploy by the Hojo army, or sheer luck? I don't really know. All I know is it's a hindrance and quite annoying. So, I decide that the best way to release or relieve my Totomi garrison and lift the siege is to send the garrison out of Mikawa, 2 units of the Yari Ashigaru, 2 units of the bow, and to directly assault the Imagawa force that is attacking my castle. A little bit risky, because my daimyo is now totally undefended, and if a Seito army was sent down to take an opportune attack, it would be pretty much game over. But I took the risk. The army repelled the Imagawa force, who hightailed into the trees, and we have a moment of respite, so we can start to retrain, recruit the troops that we were recruiting now, because the siege has been lifted. I put a couple more troops on the queue, and I now have to think about how I'm going to launch a counter-attack on my enemies, but not before attempting a bribe on this Hojo force, which was successful. Now the main reason for me doing that, it was quite pricey, but it was a way for me to get rid of that pesky army, plus to give my Metsuke opportunity to increase his skills. And I get 2 units of bow samurai for my trouble as well. So it was a win-win situation. Good stuff indeed. I do like this music in this game. It's very relaxing. As we take another quick look at the diplomacy screen to try and see if there were any new trade routes open to me, which they weren't. Recruiting 1 unit of Yari Ashigaru, 1 unit of bow in Totomi, trying to increase its garrison size. To provide me with, obviously, defence if I'm attacked again, but mainly to try and get a force big enough to launch this counterattack, to get rid of the Imagawa, and then start focusing on those blasted Hojo and pesky Takeda. Still recruiting troops there. My daimyo's on his own, and he will be on his own for at least one turn. And Metsuke, I can recruit one more Metsuke, so I do so to give me a grand total of 2 Metsuke, which may come in handy if I need to bribe the living hell out of my enemies to assist my campaign. And I noticed that my Metsuke got some experience, but not enough to level up. And we end the turn to see, and we sit and wait patiently to see what horrors befall us next, because it's always a horror. I hate ending the turn. This campaign has got off to a rocky start. It's definitely the toughest start I've ever had in any Total War campaign, and as you can see, it was made a hell of a lot tougher as of this stage. The clan directly to my northern border, the Saito, one of the very few clans that were actually indifferent to me and not hating my guts, for some unknown reason declared war on me. And even worse for me was that they were allied with not only the Kiso but the Hattori, who are actually quite a powerhouse. Probably 2 of the most powerful clans in this middle region, the Takeda and the Hattori, are now at war with, well, the Takeda are, but the Hattori potentially could be if they join the Sato's fight. So I myself am finding myself on a war on numerous fronts. The Sato to the north, the Takeda, Hojo and Imagawa from the south. I am sandwiched in. Satake, the trade gets disrupted. Saito trade agreement is broken, and look at my income down in the bottom corner. It has been slashed horrifically. The Saito no longer trading with us because they're our enemies, and as we soon find out, the Satake are no longer trading with us because they have been destroyed. So I now am finding myself in a very difficult situation. Things have just got a hell of a lot worse for the Tokugawa. We are now at a war with the Saito, and we can see, we take my Metsuke for a bit of a scouting mission, and they have a decent sized army ready and waiting. We can't afford to bribe the settlement, can't bribe the army because it's their clan leader. So all in all, things are looking rather dismal. And we edge ever closer to defeat. The first time in any Total War game I have never ever, I stress this, lost a Total War campaign. I don't plan on starting doing that now. As I have a play with recruitment, I wanted to get some Katana Samurai in there, but I came to think, well, Katana Samurai are quite high on the upkeep costs, and right now, since my trade has been slashed horrifically, I'm gonna have to try and defend myself whilst cutting costs. Quite the tricky situation to find yourself in. Right, we find ourselves coming very close to the end of this part. Join me in the next one to see if our affairs get any better. I'll see you soon.